Hello everybody, welcome back to another Magic video. My name is Nemo, and let's check out the quests, because in the last video I was actually trying to complete one of those quests by using one of my own pre-made decks, but turns out that doesn't actually work. It was actually this one I was trying to do. I got 0 out of 4 when I went back to check this out after the video, and it turns out, this is really silly, but turns out what you have to do is instead of making a deck yourself, you have to do the deck wizard. You have to use the deck wizard to make a deck. So afterwards I did that. That video isn't really interesting, so I'm not uploading that one. But my conclusion is basically those decks aren't that good. They're doable, but obviously they're not gonna be as good as the decks you can just make when you have complete control and freedom. And I personally wouldn't really want to play those deck wizard decks online. So my advice is, if you want to do these quests, or you have to do one of these archetype decks, then you make one of those decks in the deck wizard and you play them against the computer. And yeah, it's going to be a bit boring, but you know, your rank will suffer less over it, and you still get 15 points for playing a computer on hard difficulty, and you only get 20. You only get 5 more points for beating someone online. So it's basically, I mean, if you factor in that every 4 wins, you're gonna get 40 points. So that will be 10 extra points. That means that you get 25 points for playing this, whereas you get 20 points for playing online. Of course, if you actually have one of these quests, a homebrew quest, then these you can do online, because you can do the with your own deck builder decks, right? Something else weird, I had one of these quests that required me to have a blue-green or a blue-black deck as well as this one, and when I was playing with a blue-black, like computer-made or whatever you call it, what was the name for this? Struggling over how to pronounce it. Yeah, deck wizard. So if I had played with a blue-black deck wizard deck, I only unlocked the other. I only progressed in the other quest and not this one. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I had double quest. Even when that quest was done, I still had to make a blue-white deck to progress in this one. So really weird stuff. I don't know what really is going on there, but yeah. So basically, for these quests, I prefer playing them against computer, because you have to use one of those pre-made decks. And this one is going to be, hopefully, I mean, it says deck builder, so I'm going to assume, because if you look here, this one is called deck builder. So yeah, I'm going to assume that you can just do that with your own decks. So yeah. Anyway, with that said, let's unlock another booster, because I got enough points for it. And yep. I mean, it's not like I can do much else with this gold, so why would I need to confirm? Well, I guess you can foil out your deck if you really wanted to. So what do we get here? We've got an Aggro and a Jailer. This guy is bad. Do not play him. It's a 1/1 for 1, which doesn't do a whole lot, and you have to sink 3 mana into it each turn to keep something busy. You'd rather just have a removal spell than this. We've got another Separatist Void Mage. Of course, these are pretty good. And we've got a Girapur Gearcrafter, which comes in with another 1/1 Thopter artifact. So this is good for your artifact deck. And it's also decent for a Flyers deck or something. Sphinx's Tutelage. Yeah, if you really want to mill somebody, then you play this. We've got a Totem Guide Heartbeast. This is decent in a Aura deck, although it is pretty expensive for 2/5. You basically lose tempo advantage and you gain some card advantage in grabbing an aura. We've got a Relic Seeker, which is doesn't cost you card advantage, doesn't cost you tempo advantage, because it's a 2/2 for 2 that has renown 1, and you also get to grab a equipment card with it. So this one way better for equipment than this one is for auras. But hey, this is a rare, this is an uncommon, so there you go. Alright, so that was what we added here. Let me check if I can make something new interesting, and I'll be right back with some interesting deck or whatever. And it's a day later and I've already completed some quests. Yeah, Actually, the servers didn't go back online yesterday, so... Anyways, let's check out the deck that I have built. I always get confused on how to get there. So this is the one. Let's check it out. And it is a mono red deck. We've got Foundry Street Denizens, Goblin Arsonists, Perilous Mirrors, a Titan Strength. We've got 3 Ember Haulers. We've got Goblin Pikers. By lack of better cards, I suppose. We've got an Alchemist's Vial, a Call of the Full Moon, an Infectious Bloodlust. Just one of these. They're not really good if you only have one, but hey, there it is. Inferno Fists, Ravaging Blaze, Twin Bolts, Dragon Fathers, and a Thopter Engineer, and 3 Flaring Flamekins, +2/+2 Trample, and Fire Breathing if it's enchanted, but otherwise it's just a Grey Ogre, a 3 mana 2/2. And we've got an Aggro and Sergeant, first strike 2/2 with Renown 1 for 3 mana, and a Kirapur Gearcrafter, a 2/1 that comes in with a 1/1 Flying Thopter Artifact token creature. And other than that, we have 70 Mountains and a Foundry and a Rogue's Passage. The only annoying bit about these is if you open both of them in your opening hand, then maybe you have trouble casting spells like the Ember Hauler, but they should not really matter otherwise. And basically I have some not optimal cards like the Goblin Piker in here so that I can be mono red. Because I want to make a very aggressive deck and I want it to just be one color. So that I don't have to worry about stumbling on my mana. Because the way these kind of decks punish other decks is when they stumble on your mana. Because you're basically guaranteed not to. So let's see if that's going to be the case in a match. Well, that was fast. We're already in a match versus Venom. Opponent plays first. That's unfortunate. We have a 1 mana hand. I do like this hand. If we get the 2 mana, this is pretty much perfect. So, I think I'll keep this. We'll see what happens here. And we got rewarded big time. There it is. Second land. Big time reward. There you go. We have a couple of free mana cards in the deck that we would be unable to play if we draw them, but most of our stuff is 2 or 1 mana, so these guys have a nice standoff here. Kind of funny. So I guess I'll charge in because I kind of want them to trade, but I doubt he's going to let them trade. Which means that instead of playing the Piker, we've just played the Dragon Father here because you can't kill both of them if this Fang ever dies. Or I can block here and then he shoots this one or something and still have a Goblin left over. Just more bodies on the board seem good in this kind of board state. And there's Kythian, so we're playing Aggro v Aggro. I'll tell you what, it will be a nice draw if I get a Twin Bolt here. Twin Bolt? You know what? I'm not gonna complain about that. Yeah, I'm going to do this right now. Because, less chance of him having an answer for it. He stepped out. Plus, now I can attack. Now I know that he's not going to be able to attack me back with Kythian. So that's going to be good. And he takes the free. So he thinks he's the beatdown deck. We'll see. We'll see which one of us is right. I feel pretty good about having all these Perilous Millers and the Goblin Arsonist in hand. Obviously the Goblin Piker isn't an optimal card, but you need it in the deck. Or at least I did. Because I don't have that many 2-drops unlocked in red. And there's a first strike guy. So this is gonna be annoying. Time to start dropping some more Perilous Mirrors. I still will attack with this one, because if he kills it, I get to kill this one, and then he gets to kill one of my goblins that isn't really doing much right now. So... okay. Alright, well that's, pretty straightforward there. Actually, a better block, I suppose. Well, it doesn't really matter. So we just aim one at his face reader and he picks off one of my goblins. That's fine, dude. That's fine. Then I'll play 2 Perilous Mirrors. And pass the turn. These guys can attack into the Griffin is obviously why I'm playing them. Alright, that's interesting. Fiery Impulse. What? Hang on. What? What kind of play is this? Venom. Venom. What are you doing? What? He just saw the ability with his... Why? I'm so confused. How does this happen? I don't get it. Help, I don't get it. I mean... Yeah, you can't even play the white or red mass removal because they require him to have a creature on the board. Well, the white one doesn't really, but it's better with one on the board. I am so confused at that play. Like, what happened there? Did he just accidentally play the Fiery Impulse? That must be it. Like, he just accidentally clicked that card, right? I'm guessing that's what happened, because... Wow. Wowee. That was super confusing. Perilous Mirror is a good card for him to draw to get back in it, though. Because now he can pick off 2 of my dudes. Assumably he's going to pick off the Arsonist, at least. He should block here, I guess. Oh, well. I would just take out the Perilous Mirror and the Arsonist, because it means, yeah, I get to aim some damage at his face, but he doesn't have to worry about their abilities with later creatures. Alright, well, he does take out the Perilous Mirror. I would have, blocked one of these and killed the other. But he gets rid of the 2-1, so I don't know, maybe this is a better play. It's interesting, at least. This means he gets to live longer if he doesn't draw anything, but... So, I think I do attack here with... Well, he gets to attack back. Let's do some math. I think this means I do. So I get to hit him for free, he kills a goblin, he attacks me. Or he doesn't actually, because I've got this Arsonist. So next turn, so he's at 5, so next turn I attack, eats another goblin, he takes 2, down to 3. Actually now he goes down to 2, and then I'll have enough Arsonists on the board that I can kill him. I actually shouldn't have played that before attacking, that's dumb. But yeah, I think the math works out, so we attack here. We're okay with him eating a goblin, we just want to kill him as soon as possible. If he doesn't draw anything for 2 turns here, then he dies. So I think that's worth sacrificing the goblins for. If he does get something to hold back more goblins, then the goblins probably aren't going to do much anyways. So we may as well pressure him as much as possible. And we can still draw those twin bolts. Okay. That's good, I suppose. Means he gets to attack with this. I mean, you might as well attack with both, right? Not that my life total really matters at this point, but he gets to renown his dude. Again, though, it doesn't matter that much. Although he might get to eat the Arsonist now. So yeah, he takes 3 and then 2. And I even draw another dude in case he draws another dude. So that's pretty good. Obviously if he draws a lifelink or something, it doesn't work out that way. But he's not likely to have lifelinkers in his deck. Although he may be playing the 2 mana 2/2 for a 1 and a white. That gains 2 life for each one of those there's on the board. Ember Maul Hellion doesn't do this. This actually worked for me too. No, you control. Alright. Only for his dudes, but yeah, still. See, the math worked out. And there we are. GG Venom, it's a shame of that misclick or misplay or whatever it was that actually cost you the game. Although I think I would have won this, but it would have taken a lot longer. But yeah, these Goblin Arsonists provide some nice inevitability. Once they get to a low life total, they can never kill these, so they can never really attack me. Especially if they don't run flyers, and I haven't seen a single flyer in his deck, so... You know, it just would have taken a lot longer, probably. But yeah, that was an interesting match. I didn't really draw too well at the end either. Could have drawn a Twin Bolt or something. But it was enough. The start was enough for me. We're back up to rank 3, and we are working on that homebrew quest. So this one does actually work with your own decks, that's great. Alright, we're playing against Luz Lias 22. And opponent plays first. I don't have a 1-drop, but I like these Perilous Mirrors. 3 mana, maybe a bit much. Don't see a reason to mulligan this though. It's not a terrible hand, I just hope not to draw more mountains. Maybe you mulligan this because you get a free do-over in Duels. Maybe I could see it, but yeah, that makes this hand a little bit worse. Again, I don't really want to draw a land, although I do like that it's a Foundry of the Consoles and not a mountain. Not what a mountain is. And I do get to eventually play 2 Perilous Mirrors in 1 turn. And actually he's coming out of the gate quite strong, because I lacked the 1-drop and yeah. I don't think he's gonna have any removal for 3 mana in white. Yeah, I think there's only the 2 mana removal for power 4 or greater creatures. And then there's the 5 mana removal spell. I don't think there's anything in between, so there shouldn't be anything that allows him to take this out and get his token free blade in. He could battle it, but I'd be able to shoot the 2 damage. Yeah, I know that card is also 4 mana anyways. So yeah, I should be able to hold this off. So now he's going to the air, in which case I can play the Thopter Engineer to stop that. So yeah. And this still probably also holds off this thing if he does a removal for the Perilous Mirror somehow. Thopter Engineer, the next turn I can play 2 2-drops. The turn after I can use the Foundry of the Consoles, the Foundry. Yeah, staying back, he was on the play, so... Plus this thing is pretty scary. Reclamation Sage, gonna kill my 1/1 flyer here, so he can swing in with his Suntail Hawk. I mean, if I die to Suntail Hawk this match, then apparently he has some buff. Primal Bellows would only add 1 damage here at this point, so I don't think that would be worth using. And there's no combat trick in white, so yeah, he has to have Primal Bellows for him to... I guess that's what he has then. So at this point we bring in the Perilous Mirror, and then we play 2 more. Would be a sad day when I lose to a Suntail Hawk, I tell you that much. I actually don't hate playing a Goblin Piker here either, but these are better on defense, so yeah, I'll play these. I mean, if he plays a 3/3 or whatever, then these can never attack. The Goblin Piker can never attack. Whereas these Perilous Mirrors, I mean, as long as he wants to defend his token free blade, the Perilous Mirrors can attack. Although he may not really care about the token free blade. Although that is also a free drop that he's not going to block with. I'm only seeing this as another elf, so at least he's not running a full on elf deck. Everything comes in? Are you sure about that? Because I will double block and use these to kill this. Like, yeah. Alright. So Another 1/1 maker. Interesting. I think I can attack with 2 of those. And then we could play a Gear Crafter and a Goblin Piker. I guess that's better than using the Foundry. Yeah, sure. Although actually, Arsonist seems better anyways. And yeah. It makes less use of my mana, but Arsonist seems better than the Goblin Piker anyway, so there it is. I guess I didn't have to play the Foundry of the Consoles. I could have left that as a surprise. But this thing has haste too. Oh well. I'd rather block here anyways. For this turn at least. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked, because if he does have a lot of elves, he can make a lot of elves. But these Perilous Mirrors are so good. Actually, with Twin Bolt, I can aim 1 damage at the Perilous Mirror, so I can get more damage out of the Twin Bolt. That's so many combos with these things, like Bone Splinters, work really well with this. Or you have to sacrifice a dude to kill something. Lots of good combos. Okay. This would be a mistake to play this and Goblin Piker, but I can play it here. And it does seem pretty good. So it does mean I have to attack with my guy, but I can make more. Actually, I think I first use this to make more. Yeah, I want to keep 1 of these back. I think I want to make more Flying Thopters first, so that I can hold these 2 flyers off before I enchant this one with Call of the Full Moon. If he just keeps playing out his hand, then he can't really can't really make use of this condition, right? I just have to make sure not to also play Goblin Piker the same turn I play the Call of the Full Moon, because that would be a mistake. So does he have some kind of trick here? I thought he had Primal Bellows earlier. But this is 5 mana. Oh dang. Whoops. So let's see. Some blocks here. There's blocks here. Blocks here. I'm guessing he has something. There. We'll see what kind of trick he has. It can't really blow me out that bad, so. No Mighty Masses, huh? Okay, so apparently he has nothing. Like, why would he make that attack? These are pretty good trades for me. 2 damage? Okay. On there. 1 damage goes here. And yeah, I want to use that ability. Why wouldn't I? Alright, I am at 10. And he has 5 damage on board. So maybe it was right to attack. Maybe I should have kept 1 more Perilous Mirror back. I mean, I think those blocks were pretty much mandatory on my part. Actually looks like the game froze. Oh gosh, really? You're gonna do me this way? Game. Hello? I want to play. Hello? What's going on here? Like, what is this supposed to represent? Is this still in the combat phase or his main phase? Oh, there we go. Stop timer. Okay, he was just thinking for some reason. So we've got 2. That is interesting. I guess we first play these 2 then. So let's see. He's at 15. He's gonna kill me in 2 turns. He might Might of the Masses, which gives +3. Wouldn't do that much. You could have an enchantment. I don't think he can get 5 damage though. So I've got 3 damage here. +2 this turn, so 5, and then 7 next turn, so yeah. I actually need to stay back with 1 Perilous Mare. I'll enchant the one I'm going to attack with. Alright. I think it's right to attack with for 4 damage here, but not 3. I think the math works out a little bit better that way. So next turn I can call, or I can do this if I draw a land. Of course, his second drop would be something that changes the math. It's probably that thing. I don't know what his other card is. Maybe it's just a land, maybe it's some kind of trick that he wasn't able to use earlier. So yeah, now he's just attacking with this. So that seems good. Good for me. Okay. I guess I put this on the trample +3/+2. So I would have 3 toughness. He would have to block 2 creatures. If I put it on this, then I attack for 4 with that, and it has 5 toughness, which he'd have to attack with all. He'd have to block with all 3, and I would be attacking for 4 +3 7. Yeah, I mean, this seems way better than putting it on the piker. In fact, I'll keep the piker back. This seems right. Okay, I have to make sure not to play the Goblin Arsonist, because otherwise I lose the Call of the Full Moon. He is keeping a card in hand, so it could be that he's going to be playing 2 spells. You really want to block? Okay, well, I guess I don't have to keep. Yeah, kill all of them. I don't have to keep the Arsonist in hand. I can actually play it out this turn. That's good. This still seems good to me. I mean, I've got this board position. He's just got a 2/2. Obviously, that thing does grow from enchantments, but I doubt he can kill me in 2 turns, and I do have 3 full in 2 turns on him. And that seems pretty good too. Although I think I don't try and kill this thing with it, because if he has a combat trick, that just makes it better for him. So I think I play this after combat to deal him an extra 2 damage or something. The blocks here, I mean, this thing has trample, no? No, it doesn't. Okay. So he takes 1, 3, 4. And then I can kill him. Okay, good. 2 damage to you. Yes. I get to search another infectious bloodlust, but I only have 1 of them in my deck, so that doesn't do anything. And here we go. Take 2. Well, lose Lias didn't lie when he wrote that name, because he did lose. And we got another win, and we can get the homebrew thing, or back at rank 4, and we get the homebrew quest done, so we get some more gold here. We're at 390. We can open 2 boosters, so let's go ahead and do that. I actually did the math on this, and you have to open 83 boosters. The last booster will have 2 cards in it, so that's to get all of the Origins cards. Doesn't seem too bad. Alright, let's check out what we got this time. Open booster. And we got a Grasp of the Hieromancer, an enchantment for 2 mana. That enchants a dude, it gets +1/+1, and when it attacks that target creature defending player controls. This is not as bad as it may seem. Yes, it's an aura, but even if you get to tap something once, if you have a dude with that grows when he deals damage to somebody, a dude with Renown, thank you brain. If you have a dude with Renown, then getting that +1/+1 counter by getting in with this once may have been worth it. Like, you could just look at it like a weird combat trick that is like more of sorcery. And if it does stick around, then this aura actually gets insane. Like, tapping a dude every turn when you attack is just really, really good. So, Scrap Skin Drake, flying 2/3, can only block creatures with flying. It's decent, it's not bad. And a Subterranean Scout, a 2 mana 2/1, enter the battlefield, target creature with power 2 or less can be blocked this turn. This goes right into my red deck. We've got a Shadows of the Past, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature dies, scry 1, and for 5 mana each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. Activate this ability only if there are 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard. This is quite good, actually. Yeah, I like it. I mean, getting to scry a lot in some kind of control deck, or any kind of deck where a lot of creatures are dying, in red-black even, this enchantment is going to do a lot of work. If you get like 2 scry triggers out of it, it's probably already worth it, unless you really needed to play a 2-drop that can block. But other than that, like, getting 2 scry triggers out of it is already worth it, and other than that, any other bonus is like, cherry on top. And then at the end, this has some kind of inevitability here, where you can, just start killing your opponent with the other ability. Tower Geist, 4 mana, 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So, it's kind of like Scry 2. In a graveyard-based deck, it's probably better than Scry 2. Otherwise, it's kind of worse, because you can't throw both of them away or keep both of them. But it's a pretty good card. I mean, it's a flyer and it lets you sort of semi-quasi scry. It's not bad. We've got Animist's Awakening. This is for your land deck. So let's see. X and green sorcery. Reveal the top X cards of your library. Put all lands cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Spell Mastery, if there are 2 more instants and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, untap those lands. So this is interesting. I think this is, if you really want to make a ramp deck, you probably play this over the, let's say there's like kind of a Cultivate-esque card that lets you grab 3 lands if you have Spell Mastery instead of 2. But that thing only works for forests. So if you're playing a multicolor deck that wants to ramp, you probably play this. And that was booster number 1. Let's check out the other one. And we've got a Screeching Scab, just a 2/1 that puts some cards into your graveyard. If you really need cards in your graveyard, this is your 2-drop of choice, I suppose. We've got a Bone to Ash, the counter target creature spell, draw card. Not terrible, not great either. 4 mana is a lot for a counter spell. Wild Instincts, 4 mana, sorcery, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature an opponent controls. +2/+2 is good enough to kill basically anything except really huge creatures like that 6/6 Flying Demon in black. Most of the things will die to this. So, yeah, good green removal spell. Goblin Glory Chaser, red 1/1, renown 1, and as long as it is renowned, it has menace. It can be blocked by except by 2 or more creatures. This is your 1-drop that you want to have in that red deck, although it doesn't do that much if it doesn't get played. If it doesn't get played on turn 1, then it's most likely just going to be a 1/1. We've got a Cruel Revival. Destroy target non-zombie creature. It can't be regenerated. Return up to 1 target zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. Actually, I'm thinking maybe this may not even be as good as Foundry Street Denizen or Goblin Goblin Arsonist. That seems like those cards are probably better than this one. So maybe play this if you need more than 8 Wonder-Ups in red. We got a Displacement Wave. Sorcery. Return all non-land permanents with converted mana cost X or less to their owner's hand. So this is kind of like a temporary rev in blue, I suppose. Could be good if you need some kind of stall mechanism to get to your other revs or whatever. Then I could see this doing work. But if you don't have some kind of plan for this, then it's not really worth playing because the opponent does get to cast their spells again first. Alright, well, those were the boosters, those were the games. That was Nemo, which is my name, and will still be my name next time. See you later.